Long ago, nestled within a flourishing kingdom, stood a minister whose wisdom was as admired as it was feared. He was trusted beyond measure by the king, so much so that no critical matter was resolved without the minister's thoughtful advice. The king's reliance set him apart, and, as is so often the way, envy soon brewed among those gathered in the royal court. Whispers echoed through the polished halls, and plotting hearts schemed to unseat the minister from his honored place. One morning, the tension in court came to a head. As sunlight filtered through stained glass, a court official cleared his throat and spoke in a voice laced with false humility. "Your Majesty, I do not deny the minister's brilliance. Yet it seems his son is not cut from the same cloth. The young man appears foolish and inept, far from the sharp mind of his esteemed father." The king allowed a small, knowing smile. "You know," he mused, his eyes twinkling with amusement, "I have noticed the same. Every morning I present the boy with a simple question. Which has more value, gold or silver? Without fail, he answers, 'Silver, Your Majesty.' How laughable!" The court erupted in laughter, the echoes dancing among gleaming marble pillars. Throughout the uproar, the minister sat in silence, his composure masking a heart weighed down by worry and doubt. He returned home that evening, every laugh still ringing painfully in his ears. That night, beneath the soft glow of lantern light, the minister summoned his son. His voice was gentle, but his eyes were searching. "My son," he asked quietly, "tell me truly which is more valuable, gold or silver?" The young man met his father's gaze without hesitation. "Gold, of course, father. There is nothing more precious." Puzzled and perhaps a little frustrated, the minister pressed on. "Then why do you tell the king every single morning that silver is more valuable?" The son smiled, a wise, patient smile that seemed to carry a quiet secret. Without another word, he led his father to his room, where he opened a small wooden box. Inside, hundreds of silver coins glimmered, each one catching the light in cool, radiant flashes. "Father," he explained, voice soft but sure, "this is the reason. Each morning the king offers me a choice, a gold coin or a silver one. He asks me, which is more valuable? And every day, I choose the silver coin. The king laughs, calls me simple-minded, and lets me keep the silver coin as if it were a pity. But if I were to choose the gold, he'd realize I am not so easily fooled. The game would end, and so would this daily gift. By appearing foolish, I quietly collect a silver coin every day without anyone suspecting a thing." Stunned, the minister realized the depth of his son's patience and subtle wisdom. The young man had uncovered a path to steady, humble gain, never seeking praise, never needing to argue or justify his ways before the prying eyes of the court. The father's heart filled with pride, tinged with humility. His son, scorned by many, had outwitted them all through gentleness and forbearance. From that day forward, whenever someone mocked his son for lacking cunning, the minister would only smile, a knowing smile, untroubled by opinions or gossip. Life, dear listener, often rewards those who move silently, guided by a wisdom that seeks neither glory nor recognition. Sometimes the greatest strength is found in restraint. Sometimes the most profound intelligence is lived out in patience, far from applause or validation. So, before you laugh at someone who walks a different path, remember, the world may call them foolish, but true visionaries are rarely understood in their own time. Perhaps those who are quietly steadfast are seeing farther than anyone else dares to look. Share this story if its lesson touched your heart. May it inspire you to walk your own path with patience, gratitude, and quiet confidence. Until next time, may wisdom and kindness guide your journey always.